Before I begin, I would like to thank all the sponsors of this conference. You have allowed this Indy Big Data Conference to grow and promote innovative technical solutions from past 4 years. Data, as we know, it has undergone immense changes that makes us stop and ask, how can this be reflected in our industries today? Advances in technology, in many ways, has tremendously transformed our lives. So we cannot refute the fact that our lives now depend on advancements in the modern technologies. Today I'm going to touch on some of the common cutting-edge technologies available in the contemporary world, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain, and cybersecurity. And I'm sure we have some speakers on this today. So the idea that artificial intelligence and even virtual reality, things that seem to be out of our grasp before, now have been put into daily and practical uses. For example, you will learn today from pharma how they have incorporated artificial intelligence to improve drug discovery. So the artificial intelligence and machine learning has given pharma effective and more innovative drug discovery. So I'm sure we'll hear from Vipin Gopal today. In the manufacturing industry, the robots are being used since they are faster and efficient. They are made to replace the human effort. And this is not new to you all. You all know what robots do. So these computerized systems that are used to think, work, and behave like human beings are now programmed with artificial intelligence technology to perceive actions like human beings. As you all know, in many industries, robots are used in production line. For instance, the cars we are driving today are in fact developed by the robots. We value technology because it is useful in our everyday life. And one of them, which is a perfect example, is I'm sure everybody heard, is the Bitcoin, which actually has a very increasing market for cryptocurrencies with the underlying technology, which is the blockchain. Now, Bitcoin, which started as a cryptocurrency worth 8 cents, now has become the large forms of currency in places like Japan. So the practical applications of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies have emerged in almost in every sector: travel, real estate, food chain. So the quick and efficient nature has made these more complex forms of currency pop up everywhere, much to the dismay of our grandparents who have just started to understand how the credit cards with a chip work. Although there's certain drawbacks to the cryptocurrency persist, it's like a youth as an industry. It's unpredictability. But cryptocurrency still has a bright future. Now, for me, it sounds like a teenager, if you ask me. So, you can't avoid tech, regardless how hard you try. We instead should be learning how to better incorporate them in our industry, and including the government. Right now, internet privacy and security is almost becoming a nightmare for everyone. Now, if I may ask, who is safe browsing online? I'm sure nobody is going to raise their hands. One of the reference I was giving to blockchain, which seems to be a new technology, with a proper security mechanism, they could be it may be more guaranteed for security purposes. Now, this is new, so we have to see how it evolves. Because under this technology, the way it seems, information is distributed, not copied. When we look at the cybersecurity and privacy, this is especially affecting the United States government, an issue that should be a concern for all the US citizens. Even though Pentagon, which is supposed to be the most secure, has fallen victim to lack of proper cybersecurity. A recent FBI study found that Pentagon systems contain sensitive information and had been accessed illegally more than 200,000 times, with only 150 times of intrusions were detected. And I'm sure today we'll be, again, hearing from Eric from FBI. Even though the incorporation of this advanced tech has led to a lot of discoveries, it is at these conferences like this we must push for further discovery and understanding on how to better counteract practical problems and even national threats with different forms of technology. So as I wrap up here today, we can clearly see that technology is completely changing the world as we know it. Now, there are a lot of companies are opening with a Pandora's box of tech. Now, with this openings, there's going to be a new opportunities, and which is going to come as more like a trial and error. Finally, we have allowed for innovation to bring us to this point. So let's work together to build a new platform. Thank you very much.